Welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott Wave update for ICP. Now, just going off yesterday's video, we had some expectations that have changed. I want to show you the adjustments I'm making to my count in real time. If you think this is a 1-2, I'm playing a couple entries on this one. I have my first entry literally right now on the breakout with my stop at this low at 12.007. I fully understand this could all be part of a fifth wave as well. This could make a diagonal and then correct to the downside where we're still in a fifth wave. Right? But I'm also aware that this could be a third wave breakout. We just didn't reach ideal guidelines for time. The fact that we're breaking through our trend line here, we might just continue on. So you make your own decisions on this one. If this one fails out on me, I would assume this was most likely depending on the shape that pans out, but if it pans out like a diagonal, I might have to repull the fibs and look for an entry lower, but I would just take my entry again. So very interesting spot. Clear we have a impulse, whether that's an A wave or a wave. All right, so what I was looking for yesterday was this as a wave 1 and 2, and then a launch as a 1, 2, 3 up to the 1.382 extension, 4, and then a 5 up to the 1.618. Very obvious that we didn't get that. So when we see these things in real time, we have to recount the possibilities. Now, I was very interested in this one based on the fibs. These first 5 waves I've marked out hit, and the shape of this, and the fact we had an expanded flat and started going. Now, when I re-look at this, there is other options for this count. And I have to adjust that because our bias there as an impulse to the upside did not happen. So we have to do this in real time. So I looked at this real quick for the last couple minutes here. And the reason we had our bias this way was the fact that we hit the 1.618 extension and then the 200 on linear scale from yesterday, which is why we had that as our third, fourth, and fifth, and a quick expanded flat. Made total logical sense at the time, but the thing is, if that was labeled correctly, and this was our 1-2, again, we should have absolutely launched, right? Up to the 1.618. So you have to say, if it's this is the reaction I am expecting. And if that reaction does not happen, then something's wrong and we have to adjust our counts. So what I would suggest is we did hit the 1.618 there. So more likely than not, this actually just made a larger diagonal. There's our 3, there's our 3, there's our 3. And one way I would use to measure that as the next most likely thing to be happening is I'd be looking for 618 to 786 extensions if labeled like this. I'll show you the labeling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as our diagonal. We'd be looking for 618 to 786 extensions here because we have shy retracements. For our third, 618, 786. Just wanted to do this in real time for you guys so you can see kind of the process we have to go through here. 786, the third wave of the first wave, and then we take that from our third wave for our fifth wave. See how that pans out. Yeah, 786, so that looks pretty good. Third wave is not the shortest. How's our trend lines looking? Not ideal. We can pull our shape from the low though. That also is fine. It's more the shape we're looking for than anything. That looks better. So that would be my primary count in the bullish scenario as of now. In that case, we're correcting an entire 5-wave sequence, right? So you'd expect a little more of pullbacks here. A little bit of a larger pullback since we're correcting the entire move, right? Let's get rid of the 786, 32618. Get rid of our background. Make this all white. So I'm going to get rid of these things too. Hard to see. There we go. So you see we've still broken our trend to the upside. We do have a 5-wave move that does fit nicely as a diagonal. So ideal area we would be looking for either an addition or or our first entry is down here between the 382 and the 618, depending how bullish we are. Usually you'd want to look at the previous fourth, which is at the 382, or do a series of DCAs, dollar cost averaging in, stop below the 618, or the invalidation level of the low over here, which is at 10.54.8. Can also throw on our time fib. Full disclosure, I did close out this trade when I saw this not reacting the way we wanted to for our third wave. I decided to exit because I had my entry so tight and saw this possibility coming. So it looks like Saturday around 10:30, and the 1-to-1 in time is Sunday at 6. So somewhere in this zone is where we're looking for this move to complete and potentially move up for our third wave finally. Something like that. Do we have anything else we can rely on? Not really. That was our wave one. Not really. We've got our support areas to the left. So yeah, you can see we broke our trend line here from the beginning to the end, which is not a good sign. We did get some overthrow on our fifth wave, and now we're rejecting to the downside. So right now, looking for this area between 11.69.3 and 12.46.1 to hold. I want to see a three-wave pattern. Sideways channeling would be ideal, just to give us confidence on the setup. And that's the buy zone I am looking for over here, right here. So we'll see how this pans out, guys. I just wanted to show you how you do that in real time, double check measurements, etc. Just to help you out. You can look at previous areas of resistance as support. We might even come a little bit higher. We'll see how this wave pans out, but I'll make sure to update this. And yeah, looking good for another buy in this area over here. I'm going to do an update on Bitcoin too. It's looking quite weak. So I think we need a lot of one more moves downs for a lot of our old setups we had. But this one's looking good. It should hold up pretty good. If something bad happens here, that's the one issue with diagonals, is they can be labeled as corrective structures as well. So we really want to see this area hold and kind of just drift sideways. If we start doing something else, like if we start breaking down quickly through the 618, something like this, that is a very bad sign. We want to see a nice sideways consolidation here, hold above our guidelines, look for our entry in our time zone area. All right, guys, so that's it for ICP. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.